Welcome back to the Morning Show Sports Desk with the one and only Bright Star Mfanakanjomane as we continue celebrating Women's Month. And today we are joined by Lerumo Lions FC owner Usibongile Marugana taking us through her journey. Boss lady, before we went on an air break, we spoke about your team briefly. Yeah. Lerumo Lions FC. When was it established? And when now I want to challenge the big boys. I want to be there. I want to be counted amongst the best. When was it established and inspiration? I think it's okay.
To be honest, as Nzekile part of football, assisting the team sitting, and I just felt there's a lot of gaps in between, and I felt, you know what? In order to make this or to close these gaps, I need to be hands-on. I need to be involved in this, and I think it's the right time.
Sure.
So I'm a very spiritual person. And I believe so when the time came, I knew it. Now it's the time. You know, you contemplate certain things and they just don't align until you feel, now is the time. And everything started aligning. You know, strangely enough, things like, I always like to make an example.
Yes.
When I met him, I did not know him. I met him on a live video. I did not know him. And people were commenting, and they're like, where have you been? And I asked him, I'm like, what's wrong? Why are people asking this? Who are you?
Yeah.
He gave me his story, and we used to use his story to kind of motivate people as well on the lives, you know. And when he came back into the country, this is the time when now I feel and I'm starting the processes and everything. And he's like, I'm here. I'm like, why don't you come on board? Let's do this together. You've got a good story to tell, a real story to tell.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to motivate these young boys, because now for me, a platform, the young boys a platform. You know.
I mean, and when you speak about a person like Khanyisile Suahla or Makalex, for our viewers who don't know, this is one player who broke into the PSL and emerged as one of the youngest players to ever play at the age of 15, if I'm not mistaken, and to score as well for Ajax Cape Town back in the days. To see him now working with you, I'll come back to that. You spoke about one thing that I believe it's fated, you know, because you foresaw what you wanted to be or where you wanted to go. It must have been a daunting task for you, obviously, to take up a challenge that huge, you know, to say, I'm going to own a football club. I mean, Brighton Mhlongo, you know, players are just, you know, a headache. Yeah. But what are some of the challenges? I know that we always reference it to it's a male-dominated space, of which I feel like we need to go away with that word, because it's equally now, there's no male-dominated, there's no what, we all there because by merit we deserve to be there. But what are the challenges that you've endured to be where you are today?
Whew. I must say, talking about it's a male-dominated environment, I think that's the biggest challenge. That mindset is a big challenge. So to break through that is, it's a nightmare. There's not enough support for us as women, first and foremost, whether it's from the department itself, you know, the province itself. That's another challenge. And you must understand, in this province, they've never had this woman in their space at this league. So it's always trying to undermine me. And I think the biggest mistake that people make is they look at my social media page and they think that's who I am.
Just a pretty face.
Just a pretty face until they get to meet me. And they realize, no, she's onto something. So that starts giving them this resistance or challenge. This woman who she thinks she is in our space. You know, I think mostly that it's an ego issue that I deal with the most, I find the most hardest to deal with.
Must be tough. New season fast approaching. Lerumo Lions, what's the vision? What's the mandate? Because I like people who are winners. Who's gonna say, "Hey, boy, get PSA"?
No, mandate to get promotion.
Sure.
Not at all.
And now you have. I mean, we spoke about Khanyisile as one of the mentors within the team. But I understand that you've also roped in another former PSL player, Bafana International, Otebogo Langaman. What's his role, and what made you think, Ogoti, these are the guys that are going to make sure that they are well aligned with your vision and the club's heritage as well?
I think, first of all, when you're dealing with the former pros, the mindset needs to change. They need to understand when they come to this level, expectation of them, and in a way, because a lot of them, life has changed for them. They've gone through a lot. There's a lot of challenges, a lot of things they are dealing with on a personal level. that have changed from where they used to be. Rebatsiba ba lady stars in a certain way, and now having to come back to ABC Motsepe League. And I'm like, no man, let's help each other out. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I believe Liena, he's got a good head on him.
Yeah.
That he's good people. So I believe he brings the calmer side, because Mkhanyiseli can be a bit bashes. And Langamano more calm and more relaxed. So I feel like it will be a balance for both of them. And they've actually been through this journey.
Yeah.
Where I would love my boys to go. So they've been there. They can give them pointers, advice, and how things work.
And would you say that with what the gents bring into the team, it's one of the most inspirational things that could have happened to these kids? Because we lack role models these days, you know, especially now. You ask a footballer, who's your favorite footballer? They'll tell you about a player from Europe, apart from here in SA. Would you say that this is the move where also you're trying to serve as an inspiration?
Yes, definitely. These young boys, they grew up with Babashibilogo TV.
Sure.
They never thought Mutaka Mopelaha.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you go through your whole life without meeting your role model.
Sure.
But you know this guy, you know how he's played, you're in the same field. You feel motivated. Naturally, it's going to happen.
And
Yeah. So I think these young boys. And another thing, the role models, it's very important. We don't have real role models.
Sure.
People put up an act, unrealistic vision of what life is. You're always smiling on camera, you're looking good, and people think everything is perfect. You know. So these two gentlemen, guys, as much as like, this is what was going on in my life, but here I am now, I'm here. And I want you to understand how this journey is not easy.
That's all, lady Lerumo Lions, and I think that's why the team is going to go to greater heights with your leadership and your guidance. But in parting right now, you serve as a true inspiration, no doubt about that. So it is a motivational Monday here on the morning show. There's probably kids out there or women out there who are watching this. What would be your strong message to them, just to motivate them?
I always say this: don't sell yourself short. I think as women, we are made to compromise a lot, accept certain things. Even if, for example, or you're going to apply for a tender or something, there'll always be someone who's expecting you to compromise. Never sell yourself short. If you're based on merit. If you're going to succeed, it's going to be based on merit. Never mind who thinks what. You're not just a pretty face. You're not just a body. You're an individual with dreams and hopes. So don't sell yourself short. I think that's the big one.
No. Fire. So, thank you so much. And I think this is what we needed to hear. And we need women like you in our sports as well to make sure that they continue motivating and inspiring the nation as well. We're wishing you nothing but the best. And I know, just know right now you've earned a super fan, Go Lions, and I'll be there to support the team. And we wish that you get to the PSL as well. Thank you so much and continue shining as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Brighton.
Wow. Whew. Well, TMS family, I'll go on to echo what the boss lady has said. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength. To all the women who are watching this right now, never doubt that you are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue and achieve your own dreams. So, stay winning and keep winning.